Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once more. Dr. Maruta is my name, and I'm going to today, as promised, going to treat the stage number 3 of the record life cycle, which is the storage and maintenance. At this stage, as it was the case with other stages of the life cycle, most and some of the activities or actions must happen before the stage can be discharged or the stage can happen. In most cases, this is the stage that happen or are discharged during the time when the records are in the registry. In this case, the records are mostly active and frequently utilized during the storage and maintenance. And but nevertheless, some of the records will be semi-active or less frequently utilized. They are utilized or demanded at some stages, not that frequent. Those are the terminated records that are no longer in high demand. And but both active and semi-active records need to be filed and kept properly in such a way that access is not going to be a struggle, because the organization will need them or request them when they are in a very serious need to resolve business issues with them. Like a good example here can be records may be requested from the registry or record center with a purpose to respond to litigations or to respond to the audit and many other things, and that may be happening within the organization. So these records need to be easily accessible, not easily accessible to the thieves or to the wrong people, but easily accessible to the right people who are entitled to have access. This can be made possible with the proper implementation of the file plan, proper filing in particular, to make sure that your records are well arranged according to the reference numbers or the file numbers, so that when for retrieval it won't be a struggle of running up and down, not knowing where the records are. And also the other thing that may assist during this stage is the records control registers, because as a record practitioner you have to know the way about the records. So the register will be able to tell you which records are in the registry and which ones are out of the registry, because you will be recording or transacting the movement of the records in and out of the registry. So you will also be in a position to understand when and how long has the record been in the possession of each official or requester. And as such, you may be able to follow it up with the person in position. And also, you ensure that your policy cover all the responsibilities and accountabilities attached to the people who will be at some stages in possession of the records, including the officials who will be requesting and using the records in their offices. Like for instance, at some stages you find that the organization may experience the disaster, be it fire, be it water and whatever. So these people must also be made aware of their responsibilities while records are in their possession, because we don't also have to wait to lose the records while in the possession of the users. So they need to be workshopped. The record manager and the unit need to organize the record awareness workshops wherein they capacitate the entire officials of the organization, so that they can be in a good position to safeguard our records when they are with them. Again, the other thing that may need to happen before this stage is to develop the standards for filing, retrieval, and even storage, so that officials are not just using their common sense in filing, in retrieval, and storing the records. So they must have a standard that guides them to say, this is how things need to be done in order to avoid whatever hazard that may happen or affect the records. So the system is very much important, especially the electronic system, to control the records in any way, in different ways. So policies must be implemented during this stage. As I said, they need to be already available once the stage is reached on the life cycle of the record. And your records must also have a backup. When you store your records, you must make sure that they are also backed up somewhere to make sure that in case the disaster happen and they affect all of them, or destroy them or affect them in such a way that they are not repairable, you may, as an organization, fall into the backup that you established and kept. So backup can be in different ways. One can develop a backup in a form of electronic and paper-based, or electronic and electronic, or paper to paper-based, paper-based to paper-based. In a paper-based to paper-based, one may keep the same format of paper-based records in a separate storage somewhere, maybe, for instance, 5 kilometers away from the original paper-based records storage, in a separate storage. And electronic, one can keep the records in different platforms, like some records may be kept on the cloud, the private cloud, and the others maybe in the organizational server. So this may back up the records, because if the organizational server is affected, then one can fall into the cloud. And if the cloud is a latest technology, but does not mean that one may not experience challenges with it. Even the organization that hosts the records, possibilities that they may experience technical challenges, and maybe somewhere, somehow, the records may be affected. So possibilities are that both storages may not affected altogether at the same time. But the one important thing is that once the other records is affected, the backup must quickly be created, so that we don't wait for another disaster to happen with the little that we have, the only records that we are having, maybe from the backup or from the original, because disaster can may either affect the backup itself, and we remain with the originals. And if the backup is affected, we, as record managers, we need to quickly create or rebuild the backup before the other side is affected as well by another disaster, and vice versa. If the original records are affected, you need to also quickly create the backup from that backup, so that you always have two parallel lanes of your records. So I think for this stage, for now, that's it that I can share. And the next stage that we will be focusing on will be the disposal, which include also retention and disposition of records. Remember, disposal can either be in a form of destruction or transfer to archive repository, depending on the value of the records, whether the records are ephemeral or they have enduring value or long-term value or secondary value. Thank you for now.